Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again. This is a continuation of our tutorial series for Keep It Lit, and now we're going to be looking at a feature called the preview window. So if I'm looking at the DM's view here and I want to go to our menu here and drop this down and grab the preview window, and now you can see a new window that opens up here, and I'm going to move this to our secondary display over here, and I will press Alt Enter to maximize it. I'm going to zoom in here at the beginning, at the center of the view here, and you can see the fighter and the wizard here. And what I'm seeing in the preview window is now what the players would see if you had a flat screen TV laying on its back in the center of your gaming table. So if you imagine having a group of players that are playing now in person, and the DM is going to control this virtual tabletop map using, say, just a laptop. So this would be like a secondary display. When you turn on the preview window, you get this purple box that shows up in the DM's view, and this is the viewport for this preview window. You have various controls here. We have the arrow control here, which allows us to pan this around, and wherever I release it, the window will nice and gently pan to that location. You notice in the center of the window here, we have a crosshair that shows where the center of the viewport is. So the DM can keep track of where that is during the game session. We can also do things like rotate the display. We rotate it with this control here 90 degrees. So depending on how the DM is situated at the physical table, the DM might be sitting at the short end or the head, sort of the head of the table where the table is the narrowest, or the DM might be sitting on an edge of the table, or the DM might have the flat screen monitor oriented upside down relative to their particular position and seat at the table. So this allows you to rotate the preview window to any one of four positions. So every time I click this, it rotates at 90 degrees. So 90, 180, 270, and then 360 back to our original starting position. So you would really only need to set that once you set up and find your place at the table and get your HDMI or DVI cables set up for your laptop to share this additional screen. This little icon right here, which shows the arrow going up and to the right, low and down and to the left, this allows us to zoom. So if we click this and drag this, we can sort of zoom in, and then you can see what happens here. The preview window will follow it. Furthermore, I can go over to the preview window if I want to move my mouse over onto that, and I can roll the mouse wheel to zoom, and you can see the purple box in the DM's view follows it, and they stay in sync with each other. I can also hold the right mouse button down on the preview window, and the DM's purple map will stay in sync with it. So some other really nice features about this is that I can do things like, let me take the wizard here and move them to another part of the map. I'm going to move them down here by these cultists, okay? And so you can imagine having the fighter here in one scene. Let me zoom in a little bit more on the fighter, okay? So we're in this scene here in this room, and the fighter is doing, whatever he's doing, searching or whatever. And now I decide I want to go over to the wizard scene, but I really want to make this as smooth and non-jarring to the players that are watching this on the flat screen on the tabletop as possible. So what I can do on the DM's window is I can change the zoom here independently, of course, and zoom over here to where the wizard is, and I can just right click and say preview window to here, and it pans the viewport and centers right on the wizard. Now the wizard doesn't have a torch on. Let me go ahead and turn that on. So there's the wizard's torch now. So now I can zoom out and I can go back over to the fighter and I can say preview window to here, and back I go to the fighter without changing the zoom. I can go to any place. It doesn't have to be a token. I could say, well, let's just center on the summoning circle right here. Preview window to here. Okay? So we can control this window wherever we want. If we want to control it manually, of course, we can just grab it and pan it and put it wherever we like. Move it back over to the fighter, move it back over to the wizard. So that's the preview window. And when we do things like sharing images, just to give you an idea, I mentioned these annotations. If I double click this and say present image, you can see that the token, or in this case it's a token, it wouldn't ordinarily be. It would usually be some sort of clue or a player handout or something like that. I can show that to the players and it shows up on the preview screen. So if you imagine playing live in person with a flat screen TV in front of you, this will allow you to see the entire handout, and at any time the Dungeon Master can share this with you and then say stop presenting image and it goes away, as you would expect, and we're right back to the map. Okay, so that's how the preview window works, and yeah, I like this. I've used this all the time myself. And when I'm playing my sessions, I have sessions I play online. I also have sessions that I play with other people just around the physical table, and we use a flat screen TV. So it's been developed, by people that actually use it all the time in their gaming sessions. So I hope you find that this is useful, and it could make playing in person really fun and exciting experience. So I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.